start.
Okay. Any more shopping cart riders on the way? This is how I ought to do it.
Following it on Twitter is like, I don't know if that's what you're doing, sir. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's hard to come up together exactly what's happening. Yeah, it's scary and terrifying. And again, whenever something happens like this when we're on the air, it feels very odd to just sit and continue to talk about sports, but that is our job, so that's what we do. That is sports related. And yeah, it's kind of fascinating to see the team get pulled into this mess and then have to find a way to, use legal action to try to get disassociated with this group, the Detroit right wings. I'm just glad the Red Wings came right forward and said, oh, absolutely. Yeah, they did not hesitate. They jumped right on this. Absolutely. There's another random story about a curler. We don't get to talk about curling enough. We only talk about it during the Olympics. Never enough. Well, there's a curler, 55-year-old curler Glenn Howard. He's been one of Canada's top curlers for years, and he wants to again attempt to represent Canada in the Winter Olympics. But, he is older, 12 years older than anybody else in the field, and he already agreed to coach Great Britain's women's team. So he could end up representing Canada as a curler, and at the same time representing Great Britain as the women's curling team. I don't think this says about curling. I don't know, Kate. I agree that it's not competitive enough that you can actually split your attention and be a high-level curler and a coach. And I don't like what that says about curling. I like to think of it as a very, very difficult sport. Sorry, Darcy. But we're talking about it in August. I think, maybe he's doing something right. That is true. It seems like it would be a conflict of interest. I don't know. Maybe he's playing. Anyway, that's enough curling news for the day. Baseball. Yankees host the Red Sox. Pre-game starts next. This has been the Trifecta. Thanks, Darcy. Thanks for having me, everybody.
Napa Napa Legend Battery does legendary things. Like starting your car when the heat index is $1.25. Or making sure your AC stays running like a gazelle. And now, when you buy a Napa Legend battery, you get a prepaid Visa card by mail worth $15. $15 back and a new battery? That's not just legendary. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 8/31/17. Has grown to 5,000 stores and counting. That's twice as many helpful locations as those big warehouse stores combined. But we're not just about numbers. We're about helping neighbors. Each one of our stores is part of your community. To celebrate, join us for the 5,000 store sale.
Could you stay here for a while? I don't know.
For our attention to detail and signature hot hull finish. So you're not just ready, but super ready. Check in online today. It's fall. Time for you to hit the woods. But first, come to Cabela's Great Outdoor Days with special events and giveaways. Plus, doorbusters for 5 hours only starting 8 a.m. Saturday, August 12th. Shop in-store and at Cabela's.com.
If you thought owning a home was out of reach or have some long
Couldn't make it millions.
Too expensive. What if you could get up to
He looked at me and said that.
trade in for your old stupid deal like this? Right now at video only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out video only.
Right now is your opportunity to win a house full of new,
I think I
locally
already showed
made,
it.
API quality
I didn't film it
windows
very
or
well, though.
Provia entry doors up to $15,000 worth. What will you choose if you're a winner? If you are over 18 and a homeowner in the Portland, Vancouver region, go to VPIHS.com to find out how you can enter to win an early Christmas present for your home from a truly local company. VPI Home Solutions. Windows. Custom fit for life.
I am the phone book. The yellow one. I was the golden boy of marketing. But now, Amazon has linked the rotary phone emblazoned on my cover. I can give a big boost to a child if their chair is too short. Call us so customers call you at 1-833-LEAD Street. I was born a piece of direct mail for a plumbing company, was recycled into a cleaning service ad, and reincarnated into a $25 gym membership coupon. But I've never been opened. I blame Web.com Lead Street. They take proven strategies and tailor them to your unique business so you get quality local leads. While I am back in the recycling bin for the third time. Dude, you need me. Call us so customers call you at 1-833-LEAD Street.
Coming up on baseball tonight, the Dodgers lost last night for the 5th time since the All-Star break. Can they reach that exclusive 160-win season? What's behind the Astros struggle since the break? And what can a win like last night do for the Yankees? 5 in the 8th, a 2-game swing in the standings. They host the Red Sox. Next on ESPN Radio.
Here we go. Not to be outdone.
Now here's Kevin Winter.
7 weeks and 1 day. That is all that we have left on the calendar in the Major League Baseball regular season. Plenty still to be decided. One of those things is the race to the standings in the American League East. Series in the Bronx, 4.5 games up over the Yanks. The Red Sox are riding a season-high 8-game winning streak. They had an off day on Thursday. Last night in the opener, they got 6 brilliant innings out of Eduardo Nunez. Home runs from Hanley Ramirez and Andrew Benintendi. Matt Barnes, a scoreless 7, 3-0 Boston going to the 8th. And it all fell apart. Tie game. And a 1-2. Michael Kay on the Yes Network. The Yankees add a run, and they survive an almost meltdown from around the 7th of the ninth. Aaron Hicks to throw. He already had a 2-run home run in that 8th inning. So from bases loaded, nobody out, to a 1-run game and 2 outs. That's how it ends last night. 5-4 the final. The Bronx, the Yankees win the opener of this weekend series. There with that, we welcome you inside of Wendy's Studios. Baseball tonight, presented by 5-Hour Energy Apple Pie here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. I'm Kevin Winter. In 1 inning last night, think about this. The lead in the AL East, it went from likely 5.5 games to what would have been a season-high deficit for the Yankees down to and the Yankees have had their struggles of late, and the Red Sox played better. Great to see Aaron Hicks, who just recently come off the disabled list, provide a spark with a 2-run homer in the 8th, and also a great throw defensively. That's the kind of game you need to perhaps turn that switch back on, and you get back to that real good feeling that you had in the first half.
Tell me a little bit about how you handicap this the rest of the way. You know, one of the aspects that you got to focus on injuries. Pedroia just got put on the DL. Sabathia and now Tanaka on the disabled list. So both these teams were banged up. How do you assess the rest of the way?
Well, I think a big concern for the Yankees starting rotation is Masahiro Tanaka, because here you have a guy, at the front end of this rotation that if you're going to get to the postseason and perhaps beyond, you need him pitching well in the front of that rotation. On the other side, Dustin Pedroia and the knee situation has been, on and off all year. Fortunately, they were able to add Eduardo Nunez, and then Rafael Devers, the 20-year-old kid who's come up, he's off to a great start. But with that said, Moo, I don't know that you can totally trust the kid at third base is going to be this hot or even stay hot through September. So you are going to need Pedroia back, and you have the option to slide Nunez over to third. But you look at those two issues, for me, the bigger concern is Masahiro Tanaka. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. The one thing that I've always liked about looking at this Yankees club this year, the way that they've been able to mix guys in and through the outfield and kind of keep you fresh, but also keep that edge for you to perform. Clint Frazier on the disabled list, he's a guy with some pop. Hopefully they'll get him back with an oblique, you never know. But the thing that's glaring for me, for the Yankees, the corner spots, third base and first base in the production. I know you added Todd Frazier, and hopefully Todd Frazier can channel his Todd Frazier from a few years ago, but right now, it hasn't been great at the two corner spots, which in years past have been pretty strong spots for the Yankees.
Yankees and Red Sox coming up this afternoon. Severino for the home side. Pomeranz for the visitors. We send it back to the studio on Kevin Winter.
Boog, thank you, appreciate it. Should be a good pitching matchup. Severino has been spectacular in the second half of the season since the All-Star break. 4-0.
I bet you moving around a lot.
Great ERA and 67 strikeouts, but you heard the guys mention it. Pedroia and Tanaka each on the disabled list, but Pedroia left knee inflammation. He said something today that might raise some eyebrows. He said, quote, I hope to play again this season. We're going to have much more testosterone coming up for Tanaka. He's got shoulder inflammation in his right shoulder after 5 walks in 4+ innings in Toronto on Wednesday. Baseball tonight on ESPN Radio, presented by 5-Hour Energy. Upgrade to awesome. Upgrade to extra strength. 5-Hour Energy apple pie.
News, notes, and scores. This is the lead.
There's one other game in the Bronx this
Not one there, then.
that is going on around Major League Baseball today. It is in Toronto. And there's a pretty good story developing. Chris Rowley making his Major League debut for Toronto. There's more to it.
The first thing any inquisitor needs to do is have the body. They say in Latin. You have to have the body. You have to inspect the body. And then you have to go from there. You have to figure that everybody's seeing inside my body, how the organs all work, all of that stuff. It's like a fingerprint that's inside. This is even more important probably than this. Because you can say, oh, that has to do with this, that, or the other thing. It's the first thing you do. Then you can have, of course, then it would be probably about over, but let's just say you decided it's not. Then you can go out and look at cartoon drawings that I do. That's how you start. If you don't start from there, then you're probably working for something else, or you're going along with something you really probably shouldn't be going along with, and it's probably a setup. Look at the very bones of somebody's hands. There are 100 and some odd, 200 some odd bones in the human body. You got to look at every single one of them, figure everybody else has seen them, and then they go from there. And I'm just kind of that's the first thing you got to do to keep your workers safe that go around and take these pictures of this stuff, and to keep yourself safe. It's a kind of insurance, and you have to make sure that it was like somebody was saying on the radio yesterday when I was at the last night when I was at the corner of the financial show. I forget his Ramsey, I think it was. You have to make sure that your customer is taken care of. If you violate the trust of the customer, and you could see me as a customer, I suppose, and that's what he was talking about, then it's really not only difficult to get it back, you might not be able to get it back, and in something like this, you could be in a hell of a lot of trouble. There are things that I can do politically to get rid of the overpopulation of the world, and then everybody lives off of, free range whatever via, protein powered life plan and all that kind of stuff. The people that are like left. Eventually it's going to have to be done, and you need somebody that can do it politically that's important enough so that they're not liable. No one's going to question this, and it's just that's what I'm being kept here for. And it's just anybody that's going to go out and do any kind of investigating on anybody that might be that powerful, you can't say, well, you're like this, that, and the other thing, and we're looking at things superficially. You sleep in your car, you're this, that, and the other stuff. And it's just but it's so easy to knock this out of the park. Well, we can't, because we don't live in that kind of world. You don't live in the kind of world where I don't get on some kind of table somewhere in a hospital and you do a thorough exam. And that's the first thing that you do. But you're going to put yourself, probably because you get paid well, and you probably know how much trouble you're in, and all your workers in that kind of trouble. They go around and take this kind of pictures and this, that, and the other thing, but you're so incompetent that you won't put me on the exam table. Right here. Heck, I'm poor as all get up. Pay me $100. It better get $1,000 to go up to OHSU. I'll do it. Sit on a table, MRI, and the whole bit. Whatever you want me to do. I could probably just about walk into a store or something somewhere, and you could have an X-ray machine and show a photo this, that, or the other thing. And I'd be none the wiser. That's the first thing you need to do. You don't do anything else. In this day and age, in 2017, it's not like the old days. Even the old days weren't like the old days. That's the first thing you do to ensure the safety of your employees and the safety of yourself and the person, the product that you're looking at. That's the first thing you do. Anything else is the height, and it is the definition of incompetence. It is the easiest thing in the world for you to do, and it looks like you didn't do it, or you did do it, and you realize how much trouble you're in, and you decide to keep the thing covered up. And it's all about me.
Perfect as the day he proposed. But if something happens to the center diamond, of course Shane Company's warranty includes the center diamond. That's the whole point of the warranty, and no other jeweler does that. Why do you recommend we bring the ring in every 6 months? Normal wear results in minor scratches, and every gold ring loses its original shine. Right. To keep it looking brand new, we'll professionally clean it at no charge. Some customers even come in every couple of months.
It's all about me so much that you could do that examination. Everybody else is going to look, including China, which has gas missiles, is probably going to, once I get there, I got the political means myself because I'm so important to push, pull the levers, and I have every intention of doing so. And if you're an investigator here, you can just be left here. And my advice to you is to breathe deep, because that'll make it die faster. And it's you could do it right now, and from here on out, everybody in Song and Story would refer to any new changes in it. You would know, a few other people would know, and then the next thing you know, it's it's everywhere. Almost instantaneously, and then now and for the next several years in Song and Story, which is you won't do that, will you? Then you get insulted because I go after you. What else am I gonna do? You don't take care of the product that you're all about. That's stupid.
Check out this great stereo I found on the internet. Upgrade my car.
How do you know it'll fit in your car? And who's gonna install it?
Hadn't thought of that.
If you want to love your ride, start at Car Toys. No specialist in America has installed more aftermarket electronics over the last 30 years than Car Toys. 9 million cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, ATVs, and counting. And when you buy anything at Car Toys, our experts will install it right.
I almost goofed, didn't I?
Come to Car Toys. Pioneer Bluetooth receiver for hands-free calling and music, just $69. Pioneer Apple CarPlay receiver, just $3.99. Save $60 plus a free backup camera. Alpine 10-inch subwoofer on sale for $49. Save $40.
As far as doing things with a satellite and stuff, I was doing chalk stuff all over Salem, basically writing the same thing, using the same actual chalk. I was doing this and I was putting stuff all over my car, all over the streets. I was driving up to Vancouver and putting this stuff around so that satellites could look at this kind of stuff. This was 5 years ago. I knocked it out of the park, and I figured that's like done. Nobody would be so incompetent as to like not want to and insist on not seeing everything like right now. You can't be that stupid unless you work for what? And do you actually have like employees that go around and take pictures of this stuff? What are you doing for their safety? That's the first thing that you do. You're the boss of a company or something like that, some inquiry kind of like team or something like that, and you never bother to check to make sure that your employees are going to be safe now and in the future. Who does this to their employees? Are their employees watching this? You know, are they going to be looking at that? Who does this? That I'm going to be putting out on signs later, probably in the morning. And then if they're not going to see it now, you could probably keep it covered. They'll probably want to see it later. Or you can get all new employees. You're selling yourself out, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not, signing your paycheck. You're selling out your employees, though. You're not making sure that they're safe. You're not making sure that I'm safe. Who the hell are you? Who do you think you are?
Where are you living?
Who does this? That's incompetence.
Down like 4 or 5 blocks. Okay.
You're like probably what? How old? I mean, anybody over like say 15 ought to be like smart enough to figure this stuff out. I can figure this stuff out, and if I can figure it out, and I'm smarter than you, then we're all probably in a hell of a lot of trouble. Baby clutch.
For a limited time offer not valid in Alaska or Hawaii. Red Sox and the Yankees game, 2 of a weekend series coming up. Up next, we're going to explore the reasons for Aaron Judge's struggles since the All-Star break. But entering play today, Boston has a 3.5-game lead over the Yankees in the AL East. Tampa is still there. They're only 7 games back in the division. And as we take a closer look, this division is entirely up for grabs because each of those 3 teams, they have a flaw they must overcome to take the crown. New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. Who would have guessed at the outset of the season that a rookie who struggled so much at the end of 2016 would assume a pivotal role for the Yankees offense? Well, this is where we are. Matt Holliday, he struggled. Gary Sanchez was benched for a couple of days because of his defense. And Greg Bird is not going to be back until later this month at the earliest. So as a result, Aaron Judge has to hit.
All I gotta do is get me some kind of automobile that's actually like working, because mine doesn't work right now. I go down to Los Angeles with a computer monitor up on the sunroof and stuff like that, and just put it out there. We'll see who it's all about, and I'll do it down there. Oh no, you can't do that because it would be unsafe for you. You're bought and paid for by this, that, and the other thing, whatever the fuck it is, and you didn't bother to check to see. That's the safety of your employees. You got people walking around taking pictures of this stuff, and it's just like, I don't give a damn about them. They obviously don't give that much of a damn about me, but they probably listen to you. You don't care about them because you work for something else. You agree with this, that, and the other kind of like rules? What?